are you? All right, so I'm Tony Ruggiero here with my boy Kolby Tullier. Kolby, another edition here of Pro Work. Little different take this time. We had 5 people in, all different skill levels, different ages. Kind of a behind the scenes look again at how we work together. Thought we did pretty dang good today.
Yeah.
Andy from New York picked up about 8 miles an hour ball speed.
Thinking about this,
Yeah.
it's got to be this too, right?
Oh yeah, that's connected. That
So all
starts
that.
this moves and this moves.
Yeah.
This moves this. It's the engine. That's the sequence. Right. You can't. You turn here first.
The reason
and
you
this
came here is
out
because you
here.
throw the club, right? So you release it, right? And that's because the club, your body's not moving the club. Wouldn't you agree, Kolby? His hands and arms are moving the club rather than your hip.
Correct.
So all we're trying to do, Kolby's showing you that, is keep your body moving.
So it is the same thing. So what you're feeling that chest move the club, just like the stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel the chest move the club. You don't whip it inside and roll your forearms. Like you feel that shoulder work underneath and hit. Yep.
You know, I think I hit it pretty far.
Oh yeah.
You can't tell me that's not
Because
better.
what's gonna happen is that compression.
So look, when we started, your speed was around 98, 97, 98. That was 103
What?
ball speed.
That's right.
He's gained 6 miles an hour of ball speed.
Yeah.
When are we getting a tip jar here? That's
Yeah,
hack. We got to get a tip jar.
I got it right there.
So just talk for just a second about, I mean, one of the cool things for me is to be able to bring people behind the scenes, inside the ropes of how you and I started working together on tour, and not only how we do it with tour players, but how we can apply this pretty simply to people of any skill level.
Yeah, I mean, it's where we call it the magic, right? So,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we had a lot of magic today, but the big thing is what we always try to do is to get people in and make them understand there's a mind and body connection in the golf swing, right? So the patterns that we're trying to create in the golf swing, we want to mimic and match what we're trying to do from an exercise standpoint. So
Right.
we'll get a lot of people in the hitting bays that they don't know how to load properly, so we want to teach them loading patterns, and then you can do your magic and stabilize the face. We did the first loading pattern right, so now watch. Now it's all about using the ground. So as I go down, right, I cover the knee, and I come up, boom.
Yep.
Go down, cover the knee, boom. Go down, boom, cover the knee.
Rotate open on the way up or no?
Yep. Now you got to use the ground. Down, push up, extension is bang. Good. 1. Yep. Cover, up, boom. Good.
Wow, there you go.
Cover. Good. Big toe down, big toe down. But it's using the ground. And there you go. Flexion, loading into a full extension off the ground. Yep. Perfect. Like switch left. Right. Yep. What you have to fight is that foot want to creep back to where it was before. There you go. Out of deep.
I mean, it was way different.
There you go.
I think people think it's, I mean, everybody says, oh, it can't be that simple. But man, there's a lot to, once we get the grips on there, their posture good, you know, some of those things. And then, you know, I grew up a big pivot guy. And that's where I've learned so much from you. And then from there, I get their pivot working. Then you teach their body how to do it. That's the magic.
Yeah, because I tell them the club doesn't move till you pick it up.
Right.
So for anyone to think that it doesn't have to do how you play, we can make it move effectively and more efficiently, then magic happens.
Magic happens. The best player up there, and he's got a chance to probably go play in the PGA. Okay. First time and we worked, I did a thing up with him at Hamilton Farm, but if you had a line there, he'd go like this, go back. So I had him use the band and put a chair there and learn to turn, load without that drifting back that way. And he would go like this and his chest was in there, so I'm getting him more kind of on top of his columns but loaded. And now his arm would still get behind him, so I've got him a little bit like what you told that guy, trying to keep it more in front of each other. More and more where that chest gets outside his foot. It's like,
Yeah.
that's better than it's been. Sometimes it'd be more, sometimes the hips would go even more that way, you know?
All right.
And to me, that's when the arms get behind him. Am I right on that?
That's what I'm going to do, okay? So teach you how to load that hip without. We're going to teach you how to load into your hip without getting this far. What you do right now is when you load your hip, your chest gets over the inside, right? Yep. So what we're going to do is get you to load inside your columns where your chest is going to be covered. So we're going to go split stance right here. Put the band like this, and you're going to rotate. Outside leg, outside leg. Outside leg. Yep. Yep. So we're driving in that hip, right? So from that just now, I want you to feel the shoulder curve. Yeah.
How many grams is that?
Boom. Good. One.
Oh, my bag.
See? Because that's where that chest wants to go over, and it can't do it. There you go. Come on.
So watch this. So these are some things. Crazy, huh? Based on things we've done before. Okay. So the first thing is first time I ever watched Nick hit some balls. That hip, right hip, as it would go back, would drift away from the line and work towards the target. And I didn't think he ever got loaded into his trail side. So he's trying to wind into that right leg. He wants that hip to turn, but he doesn't want the leg to just straighten. I don't mind if you change flex in it, but I think that he would just initially straighten the leg, which would push the pelvis towards the target. Right. So like, I think like Kolby was saying yesterday, you're going to have more gas in the tank. Yeah. But I think the beauty for you as working with you as a competitive player, as you're trying to earn your way into the PGA, is like, if you can do that, and it always came out like that, you knew it went 195, 6 yards. For a 6 yard, that's plenty. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because you can do it every time, right? Now, you get a tree, you got to go over and you got to hammer one to a back. You're always going to be able to jump on that, hit at 204 if you need to. Yeah. But, part of playing competitive golf is being able to do that every time. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
On average.
So that's a 192 yard shot, right? Yep. So we're trying to hit it 192. Realistically, from 190 yards, anything on the green would be a good shot.
Sure.
We don't want it to go left, but let's say the flag's only 187.
Yep.
So we're going to try to carry this around 187. So now we're going to get some feedback,
okay,
right? And we're going to know if we did it. So I think if you make your practice even more specific with this,
yep,
and you start not only putting parameters with like where you can't miss it, going through your full routine, but carry distances you need to hit, you start giving yourself more feedback.
So 87.
Yeah, so 87's the flag, right?
87. And still
so
try
we know
to
that's a 92 shot, right? So we're going to try to take 5 yards off this, right? Yeah. But that's what real golf is. Real golf's not a full 7-iron every damn time you hit, or a full 8 or a full 9, right? Of course. Right? So this is helping you apply what you got to do.
87. Still stay just right of it. Mm-hmm.
So that's absolutely striped.
82.
82. But so, right? But like we said, 87, that'd be 15 feet.
Yep.
So if you hit it 15 feet from 187 yards, you'd be well inside tour average.
For sure.
Right? But like we said, hey, so, and that works really good when you say like, okay, long is bad here. Like not what we want.
Right.
But we're not going to make bogey for that.
For sure.
Bang!
With the ball, how the ball is going to react, and because we have different height grass, right? So the big deal for here is we're trying to. So what are you talking about? Talk out loud. What type of shot you're going to hit? What type of club?
So I got 56. If I hit 60, I feel like it's going to hit and check too soon. So I'm probably just trying to fly it 2 feet on, maybe a foot left of the flag, thinking it's just going to hit and release the rest of the way to the hole.
Okay.
That's the picture.
Going to do. So we need to create that much speed, that much power. We're going to get a stance a little narrower. We're going to just drop his lead foot back. By dropping the lead foot back, it naturally settles our weight into our left side. But the big deal for it programs us to pivot and rotate through.
Okay.
Right, so we get here, and then we're going to have a little flare. We'll need to create that much speed and power here.
Yep.
But the big deal is if he makes a couple practice swings, make a couple practice swings, and then 10 of brushing the grass. Okay, do it again. Like we hear the sound, see the club bottoming out, couple inches behind. So now you're going to get set up. And all we're going to do is a couple options. We can either get your nose in front, or if you take your left hand off the club, and if we just stand here and put your left hand on your thigh, run it to the top of your knee, run it to the top of your knee. Now, see how your weight's shifting forward?
Yep.
So the big deal now, make a practicing, get your nose in front or get your upper body or sternum in front of the ball. Hear the difference in the sound? So that's going to allow us to have the club take a grip. We're allowing the club to naturally hinge, but the big deal, the path the club is moving down and through, so we have more club face to work with, right? And we're creating descent.
Makes sense.
Okay, so you're going to get ball placement is going to affect the trajectory. So the ball's going to be anywhere centered, a little bit back. We're going to shift our weight. Now our weight's going to start, stay, and finish on our left side. Now we're just going to hit the shot. Okay, do it again. Without a ball. Just get set. Okay. Yep, so get set. Drop the trail foot, left foot back a little bit. Good. Well done. A little better, right?
Much better. Yeah.
Okay, so do it again.
Like this edition of Pro Work with Kolby and I. Make sure you leave some comments below. Let us know what you'd like to see. We've got more episodes coming with me, Kolby, and the rest of the team coming to a driving range or a golf course near you, and we're going to help all of you play better.
I looked her up. I don't know if she won it or just tied for that high school championship.
You're not filming that shit, are you?